Oh, hello, beautiful people. It's your girl, Miss Eileen, and I am so excited to share with you one of the cool new features being offered by TubeBuddy. Oh my gosh. Now, if you've been on YouTube for a while, if you have a YouTube channel, you probably already know that TubeBuddy is one of the must-have tools for anyone who wants to really grow their channel. And so I've been using it for a really long time. But before we get into the tool, I have to give you a little bit of background information. The first is, let's see if I can share this. Around this time of year, my friend Ross Brand, he puts together a book. And it's actually a bunch of predictions that his friends made. And so last year, this was the prediction that I made. Now, in all fairness, it really wasn't that hard for me to make this prediction, but still in all, I'm seeing the prediction come uh, to being. So this is what I said. I said, we'll see a plethora of apps that we can use for automating our workflows through innovations in AI and AR. Now, I am sure you'll agree that there are so many tools now that we can use that are taking advantage of these technologies and making our workflows so much simpler and helping us to be a lot more productive. So, with that, I will also share this TubeBuddy. Now, let's come right back to our friends at TubeBuddy, and they are offering us the opportunity to get the AI advantage. And actually, what I want to do is because I do have a link for my TubeBuddy, and for you to get TubeBuddy, I should say, at a discount. And actually, you can try it for free with this link. So it's eileen.link/TubeBuddy. And what you'll do is before you check out, if it asks for a discount, you're going to enter Eileen's Buddy. Eileen's Buddy. Okay. So let's see if I can get that up on screen. Oh, and I see some of my friends are here. I'm sorry I didn't see you there. Dr. Geneva Speaks. Hello. Thank you so much for joining the stream. And my good buddy Richard Clarkson is over on the Facebook side saying, "Hey, Grammy. Hey, Richard. How are you? How are you?" Okay, so let me just share this on screen so you'll see the link. It's my name, eileen.link/TubeBuddy. And like I said, the discount code is Eileen's Buddy. And here's my buddy Maria. She's over on the Facebook side too. Hey, Maria Humphreys, how are you? So let me just type that discount code in there because you're going to love this new feature. This How To Buddy is taking or help letting us get the AI advantage. And I'm going to show you it in action. All right, because I already started using it on. I'm going to show you how it works before I show you some of the results that have come in. All right, so what happens is You have a video, and the video may not be performing to your expectations. Okay? Maybe this content is good, and maybe even when you published the video, you thought, this title could use a little work, right? Like, for example, this video right here, I will probably use this tool tomorrow to tweak the title because, TubeBuddy has this incredible machine learning engine that is working for you, helping you to get better results. All right. So I'm going to show you an example. And this just so happens to be my daughter's channel. And that's Nicole Purvey from Better Than Success. And this video that she had was 7 steps to launching your real estate coaching business. And her YouTube channel is Better Than Success. And, I do a lot of her SEO work. So here we are. Here is this little button here from TubeBuddy. You see me hovering over it. It's on the right-hand side that says test alternatives. In fact, let me just make the screen bigger so I can be sure that you're seeing this. All right. And one more thing I forgot to do. Since we do have comments coming in, and please go ahead and make sure you leave your comments because I am using this cool feature called the comment snake. And so you're going to see your little profile picture show up here going around the screen in this comment snake. So go ahead and put another comment. And if you're somebody who hasn't commented yet, make sure you comment so your face can show up on this comment snake from our friends at BeLive. Okay, so let's go back to this little tutorial. So you're going to test alternatives, all right? So, but what I want to show you is that we could test the thumbnail, all right? And I've shown, I have quite a few videos where I show how you can do an A/B thumbnail test with TubeBuddy. But in this case, we're going to test the title. Now, before we do this, there's something that I want to say because there's 4 things that you can test: thumbnail, title, description, and tags. But hold on. Don't get too ahead of yourself. One thing I want you to promise me is that you'll only test one thing at a time. This way, you can be sure of what is bringing in the results. All right. So we're going to run this test, and you'll see that you have a different, 2 different choices about how long the test can run. And then after we've gotten our results and we've made our decision about any changes that you want to make, then we are going to see if we can test something else. All right. So I wanted to tell you all of that. And all right. So here Maria is talking. You are talking to me. Yes. Okay, Maria. Cool. And Maria says, wait, very cool. BeLive grabs profiles from all incoming platforms. Yes, it does. Because you're on Facebook, Dr. Geneva is on YouTube, and Richard is also on Facebook. So yeah, BeLive is one of they're letting me test one of their features. It's in beta. I think it's going to roll out to everybody really soon. And yeah, we'll talk more about BeLive before the show ends because I'm going to be featured on the BeLive channel along with a couple of other Amazon live streamers, and that's coming up in a couple of days. So I'm going to make sure I give you that information before I leave. Okay, so let's do this test. All right, let's go back to the test. So here we're going to decide that we're going to test titles. But what I love about this is that I don't have to come up with the titles because TubeBuddy is going to figure them out for me. So hang on. I think I made the screen too big because I don't see the, there you go. Next. All right. I made it just a little too big. All right. So you have two choices. And you can do this until it reaches statistical significance. And I'll tell you about what that means in a minute, or 14 days. Now, statistical significance is really when you have a channel that's really active and you get a lot of views. All right. So it requires over 1,000 views. So I'm not too sure how long it's going to take to get 1,000 views on this video. We've already have a few hundred views, but let's just go with the 14 days option because I don't want to have this in the back of my mind for the next 2 months until we get to 1,000 views. All right, so it's generating the suggestions. Haha. So here, the first suggestion is it suggests to add the word easy. Hang on, let me just come back and look and make sure I'm not missing any great comments. All right, there you go. I'm not. All right, 7 easy steps to launching your real estate coaching business. Then the next suggestion is how to start a real estate coaching business in 7 steps. That's the one I'm probably going to use unless I see something better. Now, this next one, it says create a branding strategy. 3. Okay, so that one it just misses the mark. The next one, 7 steps to a successful real estate coaching business. Now, I like that because the name of her channel and her business is Better Than Success. So, let's go with 7 steps. Now, I want to change it because I want it to be how to. So I should maybe even once you decide on the one you want to change it, you still could, I could put the word successful in here, but then it's just going to get a little bit too long. So let's just go with that one. And it's a test. And you can always, one of the beauties of YouTube is you can always go in here and change these titles, whenever. So let me just come back on screen and, I just want to talk about that for a minute because this is one of the great advantages of YouTube, right? You have a video that, one of the things that they tell us a lot with getting our video seen is to put a year date on the end of the video, right? So I got a lot of videos that are like, how to set up buy me a coffee page in 2022. Well, next week, I'm probably going to change that title to how to set up a buy me a coffee page in 2023. and I can do that. Or I can just change it altogether. Let's just say there's a company that they've changed their name. Like, for example, Jasper. Jasper is another AI tool that I use. Jasper used to be called Jarvis. So what I would do is, and I can use the bulk editor inside of TubeBuddy and say, wherever you see the word Jarvis, change it to Jasper. You can't do that everywhere that you post content, but you can do that when you use YouTube. Candy, I don't know much about YouTube and aren't familiar of TubeBuddy. I love learning from you. Oh, thank you so much, Candy. I appreciate you. I see you're over on the Facebook side. Yes, you will be great on YouTube. So just know that because you're great, because you are great, but you would be great on YouTube. And you know what you would be great with? Your violin. You would be a welcome addition. Well, all the stuff that you do actually would be welcome. So I want y'all to know about my friend Candy Perry, y'all. She's another Amazon live streamer, and she also is a very talented musician. All right. So I want to show you some results and what the results look like as they come in. Because what happens is, let me just get down to brass tacks with what happens with this. TubeBuddy is not going to start showing the new title. Candy says, "You are so encouraging. I will click your link and look at TubeBuddy right now." Yay! TubeBuddy is not going to start your A/B test right away, but let's tell you how it works with TubeBuddy. There may be other A/B testing tools, not necessarily for YouTube, but just in general, in all of your online doings, there may be other A/B testing tools that you encounter, and you need to know these specific parameters. What they're going to do, they're going to wait until midnight tonight, not my midnight, but midnight out there where YouTube is headquartered on the West Coast. And at midnight, they're going to change to the alternate title. And that's going to run for 24 hours. And then at midnight again, it's going to change back to my original title. And it's going to go back and forth and back and forth. And you know that we set it for 14 days, right? As I mentioned, and I'll just repeat it really quickly. If I had a channel that gets a lot of views, and I thought that I would get over 1,000 views on this video, then I would say, run this test until we reach statistical significance. And you'll see that this example that I'm going to show you next, it actually did reach statistical significance. So let's take a look at a different video that I already started a test on my daughter's channel. Yep. Shout out to Nicole Purvey from Better Than Success. I just got off the phone with her. Actually, I just got off of talking to her on Lexi. All right. So this is what the completed test looks like. And so I think I can zoom in a little bit here so you can see some of the results. So this particular video was called 3 Things Holding You Back from Real Estate Investing. And the variation title that I chose based on the TubeBuddy suggestion was, "Don't let these 3 things hold you back from real estate investing." And so, we think about our titles and we want to title a video like, "Hey, this is what the video is about." But you got to have something that pulls people in. So that title's like, don't let these 3 things hold you back, is different from 3 things holding you back, right? It's the same concept. And really what she's telling you in the video is these are the 3 things and don't let them stop you. But the title could say that. And here you see that, okay, well, maybe this one earlier when I looked at it, it said it did reach statistical significance, but that's okay. We'll just look at what it says now. So the click-through rate, they said on the original, that title wasn't getting any clicks. Now this has only started on the 13th and today's the 20th. So it's been 7 days. So we're halfway through because there's 7 left. And it didn't get any. So good thing I put up that variation, right? Look, the click-through rate went up 8.7%. Okay. And then the impressions, watch time, of course, is more because it was nothing with the original title. Just over the last 7 days, we do have views on this video. Okay. And so then it shows you day by day, and the one that's the blue one is the variation. Then it shows you the total views, average view duration, and then the daily views. But then it also, you can come in here and see suggested videos, browse features. In this case, it was 5 of each. And then even things like subscribers gained or comments. Now, we didn't have any comments and no likes and no dislikes, but we got 1 subscriber. from that video. Now, this is evergreen content. So in 7 days, there was one subscriber, but this video was going to live on and live on. Okay. So, yeah, very cool to see those different variations on the results of this video. And I just want to scroll up because I just realized that I was blocking some of it, but just scroll up one more time so you can make sure you see everything. Wow. So tell me, what do you think? Let me just hide that now. So let me know, what do you think about this? Is there some content that you have, and it doesn't have to be a YouTube video, but I just want to hear your thoughts of what do you think about the concept of testing, taking a title for a piece of content. Like, for example, I know Maria is a podcaster, and she also does Twitter Spaces and some stuff over on Clubhouse on LinkedIn. Well, Maria's kind of like me; we're a little bit everywhere. And so, wouldn't it be interesting to do a test on, like, maybe one of your podcast episode titles from the past? And a great way to do that is if you were sending that podcast content over to YouTube, right? And it was showing up on your YouTube channel. And, that's a thing now where podcasts are welcome on YouTube, and it doesn't have to be a video podcast. It could be just a still image. People are actually listening to podcasts on YouTube. Yeah, I know. It's kind of hard to wrap your brain around that if you're someone who doesn't do it. I know I've done it. I know I listen to a lot of live streams because most live streams are just talking heads. Like, for example, other than the fact that I'm screen sharing, this video would be a candidate for one that I could put up onto a podcast because it's really a talking head video, right? So I have a lot of talking head live stream because I'm in the live stream community, and because I love podcasters as well, a lot of them I just listen to. And so my point is that you could do that test and really see results. You would see them on the YouTube side. You could compare with a tool like TubeBuddy, where you may not be able to compare with the current podcast host that you're using. I can't think of a podcast host that has an A/B testing tool, but that's something for one of those developers out there to think about doing, you know. And even with your sharing out your promotions. So let's just say I never changed the title of a video. But when I go into his TubeBuddy and I get these alternate titles, I could still use that title when I'm sharing it on social media. Because remember, it's been optimized. So it's because of machine learning, it's optimized for my audience. Okay. And well, you may not know, but TubeBuddy was acquired by a company called Ben, which is the brainchild of the folks at Microsoft. So they've got a lot of data. Okay. Okay. So help. Based on what I see so far, what you are showing, I'm going to sign up since I have had very little success on YouTube and I'm basically starting all over with my new YouTube channel. Would you suggest the Pro or Star? Okay. So that trial is going to give you're going to get a free trial and you're going to get access to the top license. And then, as you said, they're having a Black Friday special and get a year subscription. So try it and see if you get any results or see if you like it. Excuse me 1 second. because I don't want you to bite off more than you can chew. Like if you have serious plans on being more active on YouTube, you're going to repurpose your content. Be Live is a great way to do that with the multi streaming, like what I'm doing right now. Since you already go live on Amazon, if you know that you're going to put those videos also up on YouTube, then I would say go for it because you're going to make the money to cover the costs. Because I know how you make money with your Amazon sales. And we're going to put a whole strategy together on how to do that. You are awesome and always so transparent. You're the best. Oh, you're welcome, Candy. You are too. All right. Is there any more questions? Anything else you would like to know about TubeBuddy? I can show you some of the thumbnail tests that I've done as well. You know what? I think I want to show you those on. No, I'm gonna stick to this channel, my daughter's channel, because she just has a lot more content, a lot more views, and all that. So I'm gonna go back and show on screen some of. Now these are all the titles that I started testing because that tool just came out where you could do that and it would make those suggestions from AI. But let's just look at some of the thumbnails that we've tested. Here's an example. Now, I use TubeBuddy to create thumbnails for my daughter's channel. I'm sorry. I use Canva. Sorry if I said that wrong. I use Canva, okay, to create thumbnails, but on some occasions we also outsource those creation of those thumbnails, uh, and the person who not a specific person, but we use Fiverr. I'm sorry, I tried to make it bigger, but it made it too big. Use Fiverr, and they use Photoshop to make this thumbnail. So this one at the top, which is the original, was created by me in Canva. And I just kept it simple. We wanted to get it up. It was a video that she had done when she was in Philadelphia visiting one of her properties. And so here's the version that came from someone we hired on Fiverr. And, the text is a lot chunkier. We always talk about having nice, chunky, readable text on our YouTube thumbnails. But that's not what happened. What happened was that the original version outperformed by 33%. My little Canva thing that I just was like, let's just hurry up and get this thumbnail up here. The hardest part for me was finding a screenshot because they didn't take pictures. So I had to get a screenshot from the video and so I just kept it. And so what I can do now is, because I have the Photoshop file for this one, I can use this for another video. Of course, I will put a different image of her and change the text based on what the new video is. And so even though because I think this is a good thumbnail, but the audience liked the other one. So, you can't always predict these things. And that's why we need help. That's why we need AI to give us some assistance with deciding on thumbnails, titles. The other thing that TubeBuddy will allow you to test is descriptions. Now, the last thing that they let you test with this tool is the tags. But I'm going to say skip that one because YouTube has themselves have come out, and most of the YouTube educators will tell you tags are not as important as they used to be. So don't get too hung up on them. And the last thing I want you to do is spend time testing tags. Like you can have tags. I'm not saying don't use them. But I will say, and this is a big mistake that I see people doing, is putting tags inside of their description. That's a no-no. And so I will show you what I mean by that. Let's see. We'll go over here to a video. I'm going to go over into the back end here, and I'll show you just what I mean here. All right. So this was a video. This was a live stream interview that her friend Julia is, my daughter has this real estate league, but she has 12, actually 11, and herself included is 12 executives that are like mentors inside of that. So they will create live streams, and they're interviewing, like Julia was interviewing this fellow Jordan, who is an expert in construction. So let me scroll down so I can show you what I mean now about the tags, because this is important. And for those of you who are here, thank you for being here, because you'll see this. Everybody else may not see this. But down here, and I actually forgot to even add tags to this video. Okay, so one of her tags would be better than success. That's the name of it. And this is a Better Than Success podcast. But TubeBuddy is also making suggestions. So it says real estate investing podcast. So I'm going to just add that just so you'll see. All right. And see this little 2? That means that right now, currently, if someone comes to YouTube and types in Better Than Success, this is going to be the second result. Well, that's because this is the most recent thing that was posted on this channel. Okay. So anyway, what people have done with these tags, they overuse them. And then somehow somebody used to have this tip years ago. They would actually add the tags at the bottom of the description. And that is a big no-no. So don't do that. If that's something that you were taught or you saw in an old YouTube video somewhere, don't do it. Okay. And that's why I don't recommend using, because this is, I'll go into the test alternatives again. See, it says thumbnail, title, description, and tags. And I'm just going to say, skip the tags. I'm not even all that gung-ho about testing descriptions. It really depends upon your content and what's the valuable information that you're having in the description. You know, for example, with this, of course, I'm going to just say who Jordan is, who Julia is, how to reach them on social media. And so I'm not going to test that. I mean, you know, he gave over an hour of his time to provide really valuable content about the construction industry. And so I'm not going to go in here and try to change that around. But your video may be totally different. So that may be something you want to test as well. But for me, not so much. Thumbnails and titles. Thumbnails and titles. If you're going to use TubeBuddy, I recommend using that A/B testing tool, especially on an older video that's not performing that well. Now, here's my big disclaimer, which I should have probably said at the beginning. If a video is doing good, you're getting a lot of views, you're getting a lot of traction, don't test it. Just leave it alone. Let it be. Let it be. Just let it be. Okay? I don't want to get in trouble for singing too much. Just leave it right where it is. All right? because you did something right. So don't mess with perfection. As they say, if it ain't broke, don't try to fix it. And okay, so before I go, let's see if I can bring up. I should have done this and I had it in my mind. You're going to have to bring that up. So get it together. And I forgot to do it, but guess what? I got it up here now. Let's see if I can show you now. There you go. Let me just do a solo on that. So this coming Tuesday at 4 p.m. Eastern, I will be on the Be Live channel on Facebook and on YouTube, I believe will also be, and maybe even LinkedIn. But I know for sure it'll be on Facebook, and I'm 99% sure it'll be on YouTube. Must do Black Friday sales tactics for live streamers, a last minute guide. And I will leave the link for that in the description of this video. And I thank you kindly. I see I forgot to put this comment up here. Candy says, this is good stuff. Thank you, my love. Oh my goodness. And yeah, also another one. Wow, interesting. Yes. So it's also going to be really cool to talk about what's going on with Amazon and live shopping and live commerce. It's the same thing, right? But I guess it sounds more official and more businessy if we say commerce. But you need to have your credit card saved somewhere, your digits when you start watching our live streams, because we're going to give you those deals and those deep discounts, and we're going to show you the coupons and all that good stuff that you need. Okay. And so we can also share them as well, multi-streaming to YouTube, Facebook, etc., etc. But with that, I hope you have a wonderful day. I thank you so much for your time and attention, and I'll see you in the next video. And as always, stay beautiful.